the second question, see what is given. A body is projected from the bottom of a mine. So this is that mine. And this point is the bottom of the mine, whose depth is 88 G. So the depth of the mine, this depth is 88 G with a velocity of 24 G meters per second. Well, from the bottom of a mine, when a body is projected, it can go only upwards. So that is why projected upwarding is not mentioned there. We have to understand all that. With a velocity of 24 G, a body is projected up with a velocity of 24 G. Shall I call that as U? Then U will be equal to 24 G meters per second. Find the time at which the body will reach the surface of the earth. This is the surface of the earth. After rising to the highest point, after going to the highest point, then it reaches the surface of the earth. For that, what will be the time taken is the question. Okay. So now, you have to bring the time in the equation. The velocity is given upwards and the height is 88 G. I have already told you, remember that. See what is the height from the starting point to the final point. When it has reached that point directly or further going up and then coming down. Then also, please note, then also from the starting point the height is the same when it goes up and then comes back. So, in either case you will have to take 88 G only as the height. Going up and then coming down. For that, don't take the height 88 G plus this distance. You will still get the same answer. All this I have already mentioned it. A little time before only we had studied that. I had also told you, remember then, that how the body has come to the final position, that is not at all important. Where is the final position? That's all what we want. Final position after rounding up is above. G is negative. It has moved downward for so much time, I am not bothered. Let it even move for 2 hours. I am not at all bothered. And if, supposing from here, the measurement has to be done for the bottom of the mine, then final point is below the starting point. Gone up and then come down. I am not at all bothered. You also don't bother, man. So where is the point? From here, the point is down. G is positive. That's all. Instead of that, after all the explanation, if still there is somebody who is taking all this height and then also another height for coming down and adding up and so on, it will take 4 to 5 times more duration than what is there when you take the height direct. Well, here I don't want to use the word idiotic because you are all my students. So I want to use only lighter words. If you do it like that, it will be very lengthy and you will get the same answer. Try it if you want for purposes of convincing yourself, but not at the time of examination. This is the height when it reaches a point directly or while going up and then coming down. But instead of that, if you take the entire measurement for going up and then coming down, it will not be correct. Well, here, one small tidbit. When I use the word idiotic, it reminds me of one episode that I had come across when I was young. What is the height of idioticness? The answer is that a person trying to light a mosquito coil in front of a dead body. So then, trying to light a mosquito coil in front of the dead body. Whether mosquito bites or not biting when he is not alive, purpose is not served. So that is the height of idioticness. Okay. leaving alone, jokes apart, coming back to the point. So initial velocity u, time is to be found out, and then the height is given. We know the acceleration. Final point is above. Final point is above. So g is negative. It has reached the earth while coming down. I am not bothered. That way also if you see, then how is the logic? Just check up. While going up it has covered more distance. While coming down it has covered less distance. So upper distance is small. Therefore minus g only will be on the upper side, on the higher side. That way also if you take the g will be negative. But never mind all that. Where is the final point? Upward or downward? Upward. So g is negative. How it has come there? You don't bother, man. Okay. So now we know the value of g, and g is negative, so I will call it as a equal to minus g. Then u is there, a is there, we have to find it, t, h is also there, so h is equal to u into t. Acceleration is minus g, don't forget that because final point is up. Minus ut minus half into, minus sign means acceleration is minus g, so putting a minus sign means you have to write only g, into the time square. Height, I repeat it again, not the entire distance covered. Where is the final point? Distance 88 g above. So we have therefore got 88 g is equal to, see the velocity of projection, 24 g into t minus half into g into t square. Again you can see it's a quadratic equation in t. You know why? Can you guess? Can you tell me why it is a quadratic equation in t? Means there will be two answers for t. All this we have experienced before itself. One answer is that the time taken to just reach that height, another is time taken to further go up and then come to that height. So there must be two answers. So that is why the quadratic equation. Simplifying it further, now what we have got is, bring the terms containing t to one side. So minus going that side will become plus half g into t square minus 24g into t. 88g is already on that side, original side, so plus 88g. So we have taken everything from this side, so what will be now left out is only 0. Cancel g first. So we therefore have half t square. See, we wanted only half for the coefficient of t square, and we have got it already. Leave it as it is, because the denominator will be equal to 1. So simplification is now easier. Then minus 24 into t plus 88 is equal to 0. And then we have got t will be equal to, coefficient of t square is a, coefficient of t is 24, which is minus b, then this is, the entire constant will be equal to c. So minus b, b is minus 24, so plus 24. Plus or minus square root of b square, so 24 square. And what is 24 square? Check it up. All that I can do it within a split second, but I want you also to understand. So 24 square will be 24 into 24. So that is equal to 96. When you multiply 24 is 4. 24 into 2 will be equal to 48. So then 6. 9 plus 8 is 17. Carry over 1. So it will be 576. So 24 square will be 576. Then minus b square minus 4 into a. 4 into a. So that will be 4 into 1 by 2 into c. And you can also say that c is 88. So that will be equal to, if you calculate this, it will be 176. 176. Divided by 2a. 2 into 1 by 2. That's equal to 1. This is what we have been saying from before. So leave it out. Or you just write denominator equal to 2 into 1 by 2 for the time being. Okay. 576 minus 176 is 400. Square root of 400 is 20. So the time will be therefore equal to just 24 plus or minus 20 seconds. If you take 24 plus 20, it will be equal to 44 seconds. Or if you take 24 minus 20, and then the answer will be just 4 seconds. So when 4 seconds are over, then while moving upward, body has reached this height. Further going up and then coming down, 44 seconds over, body is at the same height. That is the meaning of this answer, the double answer. Right. So he is asking us the time, and we have calculated the time. Therefore, the problem gets over, and we will see the next problem now.